And the interesting thing is, it's not just affecting even those that are outside. It's also affecting those that are even inside. Yeah, so there are quite a lot of people that I know that have been having difficulties here, have even getting their OPT that graduated that are Nigerians. So this thing is even far more than what we get to see on the surface. It's even better when you've not come in than when you get inside and it just seems to be like nothing is working, or it just seems to be you are just restricted. You can't do a lot of things. Even getting internship these days now, when they just talk to you and they just know where you are from, they just want to quickly free you. So it's very tight at this point. And looking out for other scholarship, we've been advertising several scholarships on the group. We have the South Korea, we have the Saudi Arabia scholarship. We have quite a lot of them. So people really need to explore other options, as you've said. Yeah. So we're going to, I'm going to allow Scholar Chinozo to contribute to this, and the questions still remain: what next, actually? Because that's the burden everybody has come here with today. Like, okay, what's going to happen? They just really need to hear your input about this, like what is going to happen. Scholar Aniel has already established the foundation, so we just want Scholar Chinozo to pick it up from there and build on it. So you have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It's still early where I am, so that's why I'm not on camera, but I'll just say hi to everybody again, and then I'll go off
Yeah.
camera.
Okay.
Mm. So, Skonale has done a good job. The fact is the fact, right? So, what I'll add to it is that when you absorb the information, you understand the situation, then you want to know what next, what you do with it.
Yeah.
The goal is very simple, is to move from fear to strategy. There's no need to
Mm.
panic again. Emotions have gone away. What next? Because what everybody's saying is right. It affects not just students. It doesn't affect your coming. It affects everything. When you're in this immigration journey, one of the biggest problems you face for the first few years is the actual immigration issue. It's always at the back of your mind. When you finish your school here, you want to work, you have to look for work authorization. It
Mm-hmm.
limits the kind of jobs you can get. It limits the kind of security clearance you can get. It limits the kind of role you can play in. It limits almost everything, right? So you are in somebody's country, in somebody's land, and they don't want you knowing all their secrets. They don't want you knowing everything. They don't want you in strategic places until you advance in your immigration journey. Typically,
Mm-hmm.
that means getting a green card or becoming a citizen eventually. It depends on the role. So, for example, I know people that this is affecting their citizenship as well. It's not just visa. So, if you
Yeah.
come to the United States, you get a green card, which is permanent residence. After 5 years of owning a green card or being on a green card, you are allowed to now apply for citizenship. As a Nigerian now, you cannot apply for citizenship.
Exactly. Sorry.
Zoom user should please mute.
Zoom user. Okay, I'm going to mute. Okay, I mute the person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So
Yes, sir.
basically, it's affecting all facets of immigration benefits, not even just visa alone. As
Mhm.
Scholar Hania rightly pointed out as well, if you graduate now, you're supposed to get work authorization, but now they will not issue it to you for now since you are in Nigeria. And in fact, some schools sent emails already that this benefit no longer extends to countries on this list. Now, is it just the US being wicked to you or anything like that? No, I would say no. The truth of the matter is that things change. Things
Mhm.
change a lot. I know a lot of friends that left Nigeria 2020, 2019 when we graduated, right? They went to Canada, they went to UK. The immigration policies have changed everywhere. I guarantee you it has changed everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but this US ban is just, it's just outlandish. It's just strong, especially against some countries. So now, what's the next step? If it is a student visa, you are still in Nigeria, then of course you are thinking, okay, I would expand my options. Maybe I didn't want to try UK before, or Canada or Australia. Now look into those countries for now. Everybody expects the ban to be temporary, but we don't know when it will end. So you are looking for which doors remain open, even if this door looks closed. If you are here already in school, I know people extending their graduation. I know people going back to school. Different ways to just maintain their current immigration status so that they don't fall out of status, right? Because most of us left our country for greener pasture. We don't want to go back yet, or we are not interested in going back yet because most people think there's nothing there for them yet. The economy in
Mhm.
Nigeria as well. So even when you forward look very well, you still can't predict when the ban will end. So most of your strategy now should be surrounding what if the ban lasts for a long time. Now, if it doesn't
Mm.
last for a long time and it shortens and maybe they end the ban by maybe April or July this year, all well and good, better situation. But you always try to prepare for the worst when you make plans. When you are strategic in your thinking, you want to be preparing for the worst. If the worst happens and this ban doesn't live for the next few years, what will you do? Which decisions will you make? Will you just pause your life for a few years waiting for the US? I don't think that's good enough. So you want to, especially if you are not here, because if you are here already, now it's a different case. You
Yeah.
want to find a way to remain in your position or stall. But if you are not here yet, then the right call will be to expand your strategy to look into other countries or other opportunities because US is a great country. You can come here and make it big time, but that doesn't mean you can make it elsewhere. I know people doing well in London, in Australia, in Germany, anywhere. So things have changed, as I've said. Let me round up with saying things have changed a lot, and things will continue to change. We all know politics is a shifty game. Things can
Mm.
actually just change quickly. But for now, we will just try to make decisions based on what we have on ground. And really, what we have on ground is they are not extending. The United States of America is not extending Nigerian benefits to immigration benefits to Nigeria
Yeah.
across the board. I'll repeat, there are some jobs that require citizenship. That as soon as
Yeah.
you get that job, they will give you citizenship. But now, as a Nigerian, if you get those jobs, they will not give you again for now. It's a
Mm.
fact. So
Yeah.
let me end it there so that we can have enough time for questions and back and forth.
Mm. Thank you, Scott. So you've actually said a lot as regards this, honestly. From everything I could deduce, I think it's still tending towards what Scolania also said, that we really can't predict what will happen next. We really can't say how long this is going to last. And in the few years, you've discovered like there has been like a lot of patterns of changes in immigration policies across several countries. Even you could see like even people going to the UK, a lot of them are also complaining. The policies keep changing every time. I think one thing that I do say as regards this is that this look like a more of a coordinated decision, because why I said that is before this partial ban came in, it was more or less like there have been a series of decisions that has been happening. The first one was they withdrew the multiple entry and for the visa, and probably 2 years visa, they make it just 3 months and single entry for Nigerians. We still feel like okay, we can still find a way around it to survive. If the main goal is for us to get here, once we get here, we ensure we do everything to be on status. Now becomes very difficult. The next thing he did was he said you can never go to probably another country, like even Africa, neighborhood African country, to even apply for visa. So you have to still do it in your home country. And all during this period, I knew a lot of people that had admission, funding and everything, but even they could not get like visa dates in Nigeria. and they could not go to even Benin or Ghana, as the cases have always been in the past, to go and do that. So, which made them defer their admission, and now they're kind of stranded. Like, I know someone that is meant to go to Yale University last semester, and he could not get the visa on, and he already said, okay, he's going to get it. So there were a lot of dates during December, but because of the 3 months limitation, you have to plan that any visa you want to get has to be towards your resumption. So he was waiting that, okay, by July, and now everything is just messed up. So we don't know. Hopefully, if they review and they say, okay, but even with the current situation in our country, like with the level of insecurity and the back and forth that US have been having as regards of killings in Nigeria, I don't know what their decision might be even after reviewing. So hopefully we keep our fingers crossed. So I hope everybody is just taking notes that what Scholar Chinozo and Scholar Anya has mentioned is that we should explore the opportunities. Don't just limit yourself to US. You can always come to US. I've been to Saudi. I was in Saudi in 2 years. I left Nigeria in 2023. I graduated 2019 as well. And I could not get US admission. Even though I was not really applying that much, I was just applying once or twice, and I could not get. So I moved to Saudi. When I got a fully funded, and when I came to US, it was more like it was very easy. So within 2 years, a lot of things may have changed, right? So we don't know, but presently, this is what we know, and this is the reality on ground. So we still have one more guest who is one of our powerful scholars, were Scholar Demola and Adidamola, rather, Adidamola David. Is such a wonderful person as well. So we would like to have his input. Yes, Scholar Adidamola, I'm going to call you now to mute yourself, and probably before you delve into this matter, you can just give us a brief introduction about yourself and what you do. So you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. First and foremost, I'm sorry, I'm driving right now, so in case you hear any background voices. So my name is Adedamola David Aladeshi. I graduated in OAU in 2015 from a BSc, then from a master's in 2018. Then I moved to South Korea in 2020 during COVID. then to the years in 2022. So far I spent like about 4 years in the United States. So thank you so much for having me on this platform. So what I can say right now is that just think that the ban is like COVID. So during COVID, most of the companies that give scholarships and all actually shut down their doors. And actually South Korea, right, leverage on that opportunity to open their border. Although they have strict policy with COVID, but actually what they did was that they leveraged on that and gave a lot of opportunities to Africa. So that was when I got to know about South Korea. And during this period of time, I sent some links to several people I know. Like I even have a WhatsApp group that a lot of people in that group, like about 75% were in South Korea. And right now, a lot of us are out South Korea already. Some in Europe, some in the US, just like me, and so on and so forth. So just see the ban as a way of like, okay, I love United States of America, right? Yes, but I want to come in, but there's no way for me to get in legally, like everybody I said. So there are two things I always tell my people, like I'm trying to like encourage your family to like help with your applications to the US or any other country. Is that first and foremost, see yourself as if that you have several options. So US is just one out of many options that you have. So when I'm applying to graduate school, I didn't only focus on United States of America. Even at the beginning, I was actually facing schools in Europe, Australia, and so on and so forth. So United States of America is just like an option out of 1,001, right? So some schools are giving out admission, fine. Some are giving out scholarship, fine, right? That does not even stop anything. So the question is that, are they going to give you your I-20 or are they going to grant you funding? That is the main question that we need to like really talk about. And I know I already spoke about that because trust me, if I know that I'm giving out money to you and you won't come and do the job, then why should I give you the money. I could rather give it to someone else, right? And the main thing is that one thing about submit application is that you have a pool of applicants. So I always give that analogy to my candidate, that I always encourage to do whether GRE or maybe take IELTS or look for something over others. So you're competing with Indian shiners, and Indians generally like they can like publish like 100 papers, and they just maybe like they know another someone, right? That's one of those things. As you are competing with those people, always look for an edge over those people. So maybe you have IELTS, all those kind of things matters. So when it comes to the selection pool, so we have 100, let's say 1,000 applicants, right? In terms of qualifications, we have 100 that we have to select it from. From those 100, we reduce the list to like 20. Maybe like we have like maybe 10 Nigerians in that list, or maybe like 5 Nigerians in other countries like that. They'll be like, okay, if we give out this scholarship to these people, we they going to like come when the time comes. If that makes sense. So it's not depend on who should we give admission to and who should we give funding to. Like I know some people that they've gotten funding, so people like, okay, we have to defer, right? That's another option. You can defer, but don't try and put all your eggs in one basket, right? Cast your bread upon many waters, as the Bible has said, right? So I will advise, like I don't want to just waste anybody's time. My one advice is that let everyone, right? If you have, just aim at free app waivers. If that makes sense. So instead of you spend your money and not getting a result for it, target some schools that have patient waivers for the grad school. When you have those ones, keep chasing that one. But let your energy be more like, if you have like maybe 100% energy, right, on grad school, you can give maybe like 30% to the US or 20%. Then focus on other countries. You made mention of South Korea, which is a good country, but if they have, what's it called? If people have the strength, like are able to do that, fine. Because not all of us start from the US. I think you went to Saudi Arabia, they all start from Saudi Arabia, right? So every one of us started from the US, actually, to be honest. But just try and focus on things that you know that will give you result at the end. That's my own advice. Like if you know that spending my time on this application will not give me like this thing, then you don't have to like apply for it. And lastly, I will advise people what you can do is that you keep in touch with grad coordinators like Annie herself, because when I'm applying to the US, I was not doing any random application. I was so like trying to be smart about it. So first and foremost, I email grad coordinators like, Charles, Ma, do you have position in your department? How many people are you going to take in, and what are the process? Some say, okay, you can apply directly. No, we don't have opening and all. So those people will give you what's it called? An advice of what to do. Some people tell that, we are not giving admission to Nigerians this route because of the the visa ban and so on and so forth. It takes a long way in you trying just to apply without making any progress. So first and foremost, we are trying to the US, email the grad coordinators. That's one thing. Then focus your energy on that schools, because like other people said, it's not just affecting the applicant, also like even people. You can't even apply for what is EAD now. They are not even doing renewal for all of those things anymore. At least even doesn't concern them any, but they just use that as an excuse. Like all those EAD, STEM OPT. Now I heard that even for STEM OPT, sometimes they just select randomly to come and do biometrics or like just do some taking pictures or whatever it is. So it's a whole lot that is going on right now that even we inside we don't even understand the full scope of it. And we never can tell how long it will be, because I heard that there's another policy coming on in March and April about OPT. So I don't know how bad that would be. We're just being hopeful that it will favor us. So please, it's really a huge stop. USA is good, like several opportunities in that country in the world, but try as much as possible to leverage on some other like a pathway. I know some universities or schools in the world right now, we even like lessen their admission just like take advantage of these things, especially those Asian countries, actually. And some European countries I've seen. There was a conference that was like for the past 37 years, the conference or the workshop has been in the United States. But for the first time in history, they moved to France. And trust me, we have higher percentage of people that moved to that came to that workshop because of whatever is happening. So and now I think since I've joined that, I've been seeing a lot of positions be posted by that institute for this period. So I just think that people should be able to focus on that. focus your energy on France, focus your energy on Germany, focus your energy on Switzerland, Japan, Hungary, Hong Kong, and all. So several scholarships I think those people offer, and I think that's all I can say. If you have any questions, just ask the questions now, then we can talk about it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scholar Didamola. Really appreciate your input on this. Yeah, as you've said, you should not be wasting your application fee. Yeah, so I was still hearing a story of a young man that he had to pay for West evaluation. Yeah, because he got a supervisor before this ban and he paid. I think he was telling me, I think about 650,000 for the West evaluation. And before you know it, he was like the supervisor has given him this high hope that I was going to give you and this whole stuff, you meet the requirement and the like. So, but this partial ban came and the school just sent him a rejection. So please, this is a time for us to be very smart. Yeah. When I was applying to the Saudi scholarship, it was so seamless that I thought it was not real. Like I thought it was probably this scam because it was more or less like I just filled a Google form. They asked for just simple and direct questions and I answered. And next thing was they invited me for interview. And this was the same me that US has been giving me rejection letter. And when I got there, it was even, I think I only applied to after I didn't finish my master. I was in my third semester when I applied, and it was just I only applied to 2 schools. I got the 2. So it's kind of very funny that, and during this period was when they even started this 3 months single entry, and I was able to get multiple entry and 2 years because I did my visa interview at the Saudi embassy, then US embassy at the Saudi rather. So it was kind of pretty easy for me. And it was even me and my wife that had to come in together. So, and people will be like, those period they were really denying people from Nigeria. So it was very serious. So please, as you've all heard, like let us channel this energy to other areas. There are a lot of you can never tell. I know someone too that still got into an institute in Canada recently, and this person his focus has always been on the US. And once he applied to Canada, just once, and he got in. So you have to start looking at different pathways to these things. There's no one size fits all. So we are facing this current reality, and there's a saying currently among the, let's say, virtually all the African students, maybe with exception to maybe Ghana, Kenya, and the likes, they will say this is not the best time to graduate because a lot of people that have graduated presently, they are facing the heat. Like they don't know what next. They don't even know, and it's even better that you've not even leave your country. You are still at home than you coming to where the uncertainty is very high. So we don't know how long this will continue, but everything that you've heard that all the 3 invited speakers have mentioned is let us channel our energy. So if don't put all your eggs in one basket, if you want to apply to the US still, probably you can get something and defer. You still have to mail the graduate coordinator just to know, right? So at this junction, we are gonna pause, reflect on everything that has been said, and we're going to entertain questions. So please, if you have questions, you can just signify by raising your hand or putting it in the chat box if you don't want to talk. So let us entertain a lot of questions. So we have all our speakers still with us. So please send in your questions. Let them do justice to it. If you have anything bothering you, you want to ask more questions as regards this. Probably you already have admission and you have funding before you want to ask how to go with and requesting for deferral or something like that. So please and please just send your question in. We are still waiting. Okay. I think somebody said I. Mr. Adele, I saw I. Do you have a question?
Sorry, can I say something?
Yes, Colonel, go on.
Yeah, so I'm honestly of this firm opinion that whenever there is like a meeting or you're meeting with people and then there is a a request for questions and you don't and can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
think
so
everybody should be able to hear you.
okay, so I said I'm of the opinion that whenever there is a meeting and maybe people finish talking, there is, discussion and things like that, and
Yeah.
then there's a request for questions, and within the first 1 minute, nobody asks a question. I actually believe nobody has a question. That's what I think,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that if you are coming for a meeting, there should be something in your mind that you want to clarify. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two,
Yeah.
there is something in your mind that you've learned during the meeting that you want to clarify. So that also gives, and that is one thing that I see wrong with many meetings I attend. So the point is, if you have questions, just go ahead and ask questions. And these are the things that actually kind of take away some opportunities from us because we
Yeah.
don't want to speak up, we don't want to talk, we don't like it's not really a big deal. Like if you ask questions, it's going to be you're going to be the one to be helped. It's not necessary
Yeah.
for the person that is answering your question. Do you understand? And worst case scenario, they don't know the answer. So what? They tell you they don't
Yeah.
know. That's it. You don't deal like that. So it's because I can see just that 21 people in this meeting, and out of the 21 people, five are like moderating this thing. So there are like 16 people, right? Or let's say 15.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
means that you have the opportunity to go one-on-one with someone. Like use the opportunity for yourself. Like don't all this. And I also see something that well, I'm just trying to say some things. I see some things that whenever you come for Zoom meetings, your name is not your full name. Those things, they don't help you actually. They don't.
Yeah.
Like when your name is like the name of your phone, techno dot something, they don't help you because when you go for meetings, like you go for graduate school meetings, your name can be picked by the graduate code. And when you send an email later, there is a connection made because I saw this name in a meeting. These are
Yeah.
the little things that people do not, you think it does not matter, but it does. It really does matter. Like you can't, if I see your name is Techno452 and then you send an email with your full name, I won't remember that that's Techno452 that asked the question during the meeting. But it's fine. I just wanted to say that. It's not, I just wanted to say that, but that's fine.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Skolania, honestly, this advice is what's more than good because is something that we really had to learn the hard way. So if you see someone telling you something like this, I think it's very good you take it very serious because I think I was having the discussion with someone, the person told me like there's a particular name that he always sees that whenever they join and their job meeting, they have meeting every week. So he says that person is always the first person to join with his full name, even if the person is not going to say anything. You just so that name, everybody just knows that this name they've mastered it. They just have it at the back of their mind. So it's always very important to come to meetings like this with your full name so that when you go out there and you have opportunities of joining meetings with big people, you don't want them to, they don't even know who you are. And there are some meetings that you do that there might just be need for them to take note of certain people and they can't really identify or match your face to your name. So please, it's very, very important that you do this. So somebody asked a question and the question is, okay, we have like two questions. Yeah, so Skolania, since you're already on board, let me just ask you this question. And maybe other scholars can also contribute. They say, what if you just recently secured admission from a university in the US and the school is still in communication with you regarding funding? What are the stakes regarding the visa ban in this scenario? Okay, I think this person is confusing the visa ban with the funding bar. What do you have to say to this?
So first of all, I'm not a huge fan of what if questions because what if questions are really conditional, super variable, and it can be interpreted in different ways. right?
Yeah.
So let's just go to the question and say, okay, so you receive admission, um, then, and that is what I think that's what I said in the beginning, and that's what I think. I don't know if it is Ade Damola that said the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to funding in the US, it's a job kind of thing. They are not so there's scholarship. Scholarship is, in my own opinion, I'm just going to be simplified, right? I'm giving you shit because you're a scholar. Like, I'm giving you funding because quote unquote you're a scholar. There are some other things that will just add that back and stuff like that. Um, but assistantship is I'm giving you shit because you are assisting me to do something. So I'm giving you funding because you are doing something for me. So that's why they say teaching assistantship. You are teaching for the department. Research assistantship, you are researching for the department. So I'm paying you to do this. So what does it mean? It means that your funding is coming because you are working for me. Your funding is coming because I am employing you.
Yeah.
If I employ you, your employment can only be on site. It's not an online degree, right? So if your
Yeah.
employment can only be on site, it questions if I'm to give you funding or not. It's not $10 they are giving. It's thousands of dollars they are giving you, right? Plus a PhD. So the point is, if your funding is contingent on you being on site, it means the visa ban should affect your funding, right? That's how I
Yeah.
will interpret it. It should affect your funding. If your except your degree is an online degree, it should not affect your funding. That's my opinion, right? But if you are supposed to work for me on site, for me to give you an assistantship on site, and you cannot come on site, then I should not be giving you funding, and that's on site. So that's
Mm.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Scholar Neil. So, as he has said, yeah, the chances are kind of slim because they won't leave someone that has high tendency of showing up and go with someone that they know that okay, the chances of him showing up or is, let's say, 10%, right? So it's good that the school is still in communication with you. Keep communicating with them, and probably because let's see, maybe anytime soon there might be a change in policy. So probably that's the reason why, as I think till June, July, you might still get funding if there are like available fundings. They've not given it to other people, right? So there's nothing God cannot do in this case too. So let's just be hopeful. But as they've said previously said as well, don't relent on exploring other options, available options. Yeah. So this is just a stone at hand, but this stone at hand self still has like various limitations presently. So you can't really bask on this that okay, I have something. Yeah. So because the legal document you need to come in is not there. So even if they give you funding, the probability that it's going to end up being waste is high, and they might not want to give it to someone that will waste it, as I've said. So thank you, Scholar Anel. So I'm going to take the next question. Scholar Didamola, are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Then I want Scholar Chinzo to answer the third one. So this person said, thank you so much for the insightful talks. Could you please advise us on the next steps for students who already have admission with full funding and they already have an high 20? So what would you advise?
So they have for funding, they
And
have
they have high
high
20.
So
Yes.
right now, the visa dates are just playing out there, and I think
Yeah.
I remember I was in Ghana. Ghana was saying like, oh, we have 1,000 slots for
Yeah.
visa that people will come and apply. People are not
They were
applying.
even begging people to come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think
Mm.
right now is your. I think we have to go back to what we said since. To be honest, just I'm not saying you should like. I think someone said, "What if?" I'm just in case. Understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in case, so I've seen. I'm not saying that will be your portion. God forbid. But I've seen funding be revoked.
Yeah.
I've seen some emails like, oh, because of this and that. I know
Yeah.
someone like say, oh, since you're a Nigerian, we used to be able to come, right? That's second option. Third option is can I defer? That's third.
Yeah.
So for you to avoid Adanon,
Mm.
please, your case is there are two things. Hopefully the visa ban you get after their review, maybe in June or whatever, you can say apply by
Yeah.
July and continue by August. That's number one. Number two, why still having one? Apply for several options, right? So you can. There's no problem in you having like scholarship from like 5 different countries.
Exactly.
I know it's stressful, right? I know it's stressful. You still get to the US eventually, but my advice for you as a person is that you should please, while you have the I-20 and full funding with you, try other schools. It's still the same process, and it could be even like less
More
even
seamless.
less.
Yeah.
Please urging us as my brother and sister, please don't just rely on this US climate stuff. It's just a visa, right? Visa, you can still have to go to the embassy and still like have to like interview whatever it is. But we have several options, right? You can like go through Saudi Arabia and come back. And one thing is I noticed is that while I was even in Nigeria, I was not aiming at US. Like I wasn't in like those schools. But when I moved to South Korea, when I applied to all of the schools, I was on waiting lists getting
Yeah.
admissions. So your
Yes.
path can be like you have to go to zigzag first. So
Yeah.
that's just my advice for anyone. And just you have to watch through and pray too. That's another thing. So your
Yeah.
path is from some.
Yeah. Thank you, Scholar Didamola. Thank you so much for that beautiful response. Yeah, so I hope the person that asked the question in person of Olamide Abdulaziz, I hope you are able to get something to hold on to from that response. Yeah, so I'm going to call on Scholar Chinzo to answer this question. So there's this question here that says, I got banned when applying for a visitor visa to Canada years back without my knowledge, though, because I used an agent. So 2 years after, I applied with scholarship, but the immigration rejected me and referred to my previous application. The years have elapsed. What is my chance if I applied again? So although this person did not mention if you already got the admission with probably funding and everything, and it was just a Canadian visa that he or she could not get. But in essence, what they're saying is that they've had a previous ban. So it's already captured in their data. So, and they rejected the the new application because of the previous one. So this person is asking what are the chances, what are the odds if he or she applies again. So Scholar Chinozo,
Sir,
yes, sir. You have the floor, sir.
I think the answer is straightforward. The ban had a time limit, and the time limit is over. So you just assume the ban is no more there and proceed. You applied with a scholarship before, good. Try to get a scholarship again and
Yeah.
proceed. The ban time is over, then the ban is no more there. Full stop.
Yeah, so thank you so much, sir. Yeah, it's just straightforward. Like since the time has elapsed, you can just go ahead and apply again. Thank you so much for the response. So we want to really appreciate everyone for coming. But before I do that, I think I will even hand over to Scholar Oluwatofumi
Sorry, somebody
to.
hand is up, I think.
Oh,
Christopher Chaco.
okay. Oh, okay. You have the floor, and Mr. Christopher.
Good evening, everyone. So I have like a question, but it comes in like two folds. But I wasn't sure
Okay.
if I should ask before, but I mean, from what Scholar Hanya said, I mean, there's no better time to ask than now. So the first part of my question is that, so I actually graduated last year, and since I graduated last year, I've been trying to apply for like a lot of scholarships that I could find on the internet. Basically, and the information we had access to then was that, oh, okay, we should try to, take up roles when we were in school and, try to get papers published and,
Mm.
finish with a good GPA, which are like the basic things that I have been able to do because that was the information available to me. So, but since last year, my application process, I mean, I applied to the Swedish Institute scholarship. I applied to a lot of scholarship in Europe as well. So, but I noticed that either I don't get picked at all, or any school that picks me offers me like partial funding. That was from last year to now, right? So I don't know exactly. Maybe there is something my profile is missing because I know I tried to like get a lot of papers published I held a lot of positions that I feel like I tried to put into my CV, and my GPA is, I believe, is quite good because I finished as the best graduate student in my departments, so building environmental sciences. So I don't know if maybe there's something I'm missing out on that I feel like can give me a better edge. So that's the first part of my question. And the second part of my question is for scholar, I think Ade Damola. So I saw, I mean, he mentioned that he went through Korea. I saw the GKS scholarship that opened, and I've been putting together my package for that scholarship. But there is an information I saw online about like KGKS scholarship also in Korea. I have been looking for information about KGKS, but it seems like it's not available online. A lot of people just put up information more about like the GKS in itself. So, and I think it's two different scholarships. So I was hoping that, oh, if I can get like information about KGKS, since it's not as popular as the GKS one, I can maybe put in an application for that. So any information you have about KGKS, I really appreciate that as well. So those are my two questions.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so before I connect you to our guest to answer this question, I think you mentioned that you graduated from building, right?
Yeah, yes, I graduated from building.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, like, what are the, because I know I also have a building background, so I know how limiting it could be. So that's what I'm going to say, like, what are those major that you've been applying to?
Okay, so I try to do things around project management or sustainable construction because those are what I feel
Okay.
like is relevant to what I'm
Mm,
currently practicing and what I know. So anything
yeah,
around maybe green construction, sustainable
green
construction,
construction.
or project management, I try to put in for those.
Yeah, so what I've discovered about building, so that I can just quickly answer the first one, then Scholar Didamola answer the second one. What I've discovered about building is that uh, other in the USA, they recognize, let me say, virtually at every part of the world, they recognize more of civil, they have architecture, they have building engineering. But for us that we are coming in from building, where we were exposed to, let's say, and building services, building construction, we are exposed to building structures and some other things like that. So there are different pathways that you can move. Although I've seen schools that have building as a course. I've seen one in Canada, Concordia University. I've seen one in Georgia Tech that has building construction. But many schools don't have building construction. What they do is have civil and environmental engineering. And by the time you go through the profile or the website of the department and go through the profile of virtually all the faculty members that are there, you will discover that it seems you don't have any requirement as far as what they are looking for, because what they are doing is probably like heavy civil, probably a lot of work that it's kind of totally different from. And now I can say, let's say in this issue of US, the issue of climate change, you could hear Trump saying that there's nothing like global warming, climate change, even sustainable. I've seen people that had funding in sustainable construction or green building stuff, and they got the funding got like withdraw. So they are now currently floating. So I think I would advise that you should start looking out for roles that align more. That project management, I'm not sure that most schools fund it, because they see it as like a kind of certification that is more of like on the feed. But when it comes to construction management, so you can have like civil and environmental engineering, but some schools have construction management. So you can reach out to me. I have like a spreadsheet of all the schools that I know that have building, construction management, and the like. So I can share it with you. So you can open and check, okay, this one is construction management. Let me just apply. Because if you're applying for, like, if the application is not kind of very aligned with your background, so before I was also applying to like US for civil and environmental, and discovered that even me, I know that I'm not a good fit for that. I will struggle a lot if they should pick me. She understand. So all these people, they look at all these things together. They look at your background, what your strengths are, and everything. So and they will not, except you are that exceptional, they might not want to leave someone that already has a strong background in that field to look for someone they will have to start training. Sure, you get. So, but I'm going to allow Scholar Damola to answer your second question. Hopefully, I think I should be able to. I've been able to answer the first one, but if not, other scholars can also contribute. Scholar Damola.
Yeah, I mean, is it about the South Korea government scholarship, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know where you search for online, but the GKS is pretty simple. All you have to do is go to their website. So I think it's only
Sorry to
commonly
cut you
called.
short, sir.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you. So it wasn't like specifically GKS. I said as there's information available as regards GKS. I said there's a variant of it called like the KGKS that I feel like is not so popular. That was the one I was asking about.
Okay, so so aside from so a lot of people know about GKS and KGKS. So there are even like several options. So there's what we call the research professor scholarship, which I and my own team then that we went together leverage on. I also applied for the GKS anyway, but I didn't pursue further. So for the GKS, it's because you spend 1 year in language school, then spend I think 3 to 4 years on your PhD, and 2 years for your what's it called, for your masters. But there's what we call the research scholarship, which like there is those people actually the Vietnamese society, like the country, have a Facebook page that they post all these positions about South Korea professors looking for international students. And that was how I was able to like get into like that Facebook and try to post all those stuff back then while I was in Nigeria. So while I was South Korea, post to people to come over to South Korea. So information about KKS can be like a function of probably like a particular group trying to like hide the information from you not to know. Like for me, for instance, can bear witness. There's some information that we know when I was in South Korea that other people like are not aware of. That we just have to like repost for people out there. So for the KGKS, and there is this one, this language about I think it's not language school. About that one's about is a 2 years program as well, but it's not really popular. But I think 2 years ago they started making it more popular. So I think my advice is that if you know the name of that, the full name, KGKS, send it to me or Tofumi, then we can always like help you out about it. And for the research professor, if you're interested in that, I can link you up or show you the Facebook page or just like send you information about any positions. But I stopped posting because of how their policy have changed. I think the policy changed in 2023. That was when South Korea policy, but students whatever changed. But if you're interested in that, let me know and I will give you more information about that.
Thank you very much, sir. I will do my best to reach out to you via the scholar for me, as you said. All right.
Sorry, I would like to contribute to the first question. Can you hear me, Abby? Yeah, they should be able to hear me.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, so sometimes it's not that you are doing anything wrong. Sometimes you are doing many things wrong. So, what I usually tell people is if you go by the books, you might think you fulfill all righteousness, but it also helps when you get to seek personal help, right? Like there is someone that has gone through what you want to go through. You can ask them. Of course, you might just see online writing an essay is about expressing your feelings, point out your emotions, and things like that. But someone who has gone through that route would tell you something that would add to what you are seeing as a rule online, right? If you were submitting your essays to robots, everything you see online would work, right? But you are dealing with human beings, and human beings are super variable, right? So the thing is, what works for A might not work for B, what works for B might not work for C. But it always helps when you have someone who has gone through that route. Let's say you're applying for schools in the US. Have someone who, has applied, maybe a friend of yours that just got in. You understand? Ask them, what did you do differently? What have you done? You understand? Or what programs did you apply for? It might just be that you're applying to the quote unquote the wrong programs. For example, I can have someone who wants to study cancer biology and he's only applying to departments that have cancer biology as a name. When you can apply to departments like biology, right? Those departments of biology will still have cancer research within them, telomerase biology, viruses that cause cancer and things like that, epithelial cells differentiation and its relation to cancer and things like that, bioinformatics and relation to cancer and things like that. Now, without being told, the person might just be looking for departments where the name is cancer biology, right? But the funny thing is, departments where the name is cancer biology are departments that require that you have cancer biology experience. So in that kind of department, you just see them saying stuff like you must have so clinical experience, you must have this, you must have that, you must have this. But somebody, a department like just plain biology would just be a department that would just plain biology would just be come with your BSc and things like that. So the thing is, it always helps when you have someone that you are relating with that is helping you through the process, reviewing your essay because we always think we've written the best essays. I mean, to be honest, we always think we've written the best essays, but reviewing your essay, checking your stuff, then recommendation letters also, all those things help. All those recommendation letter of Christopher is a good boy, he fears the Lord and he abhors evil. Those things don't get you into graduate school, right? Those are not recommendation letters. Recommendation letters should talk about, oh, how did I meet this person? I'm recommending this person with my full honor to your school. He's going to do a good job. So those things really count, but we're not really put our mind in those things. Some people do not know how to write recommendation letters. Trust me, they don't. So those are the little things, but I would always recommend have someone that you can always, relate with and you can always ask, is this the best way to go? Is this the best thing to do? She understand. Then number two, which I believe is not a problem for you, but I just want to just point it out just in case. So what some people do is they feel really um comfortable and relaxed whenever they have a very good degree, like a very good GPA. They feel much more relaxed than those who finish with a 2-1. To be honest, I prefer working with 2-1 people because those guys, they ginger. I love them. You understand? I don't like working much with first class people. I finished the first class though, but I know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying it's just a personal bias. I want that ginger. I don't want to be the one reminding you to submit something to me. I want me you submit them 2 times, then remind me you submitted it twice in that sense. So that ginger is what most first class people do not have. And I always encourage them to have it. I don't think that's your problem. I'm just pointing that out. Have that ginger. Let it be like, whoa, I finished with pass or I finished with third class. Without this, something why they do like this, no life for me. Once you have that ginger, you're going to match up with other people. Some other people that do not have the kind of GPA you have, they put in crazy effort. They'll go and look for internship opportunities. They'll go and look for research internship. They'll go and look for anything lookable. They'll take online courses. They'll make sure their CV is looked up by someone else. Like their ginger is out of this world. But you as a first class person, if you carry that ginger, trust me, unstoppable will be the list of the words they'll use to describe you. So those are the things I wanted to point out.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm really glad I was able to join this meeting as well, because I mean, like you said, having someone in your corner that maybe has a similar experience to what you are trying to achieve is very vital, and that's kind of what I've been, aiming at for the longest of time. I got the opportunity to be paired with like a mentor on one of our groups that we're on, and I constantly reached out to him. Like you said, I was always like disturbing him, but it was like maybe he never really came through for me. Probably because we did not maybe share the same background, or he was very busy and he has his hands full as well. But hopefully, if I'm able to get access to someone like maybe Scholar Ade Damola, who maybe has gone through maybe like South Korea routes that I've been looking up, or the someone like that has like a background in the construction space or in the building space as well. I mean,
Yes,
that would also help
that
me.
would help. Sorry to cut you
Yes.
short, but I want to say something. That would help, but I also want to point this out. Some people are honestly just lazy. Some people are honestly just bad people. Some people are just useless mentors, and that's fine. Those are how some people are. They just bear the name as a title. It's not really something they want to do for you, right? But some people are just busy, like you pointed out. If you notice that it's just because he's busy, then try and reach out to him, to his human side. These people are also human beings. They might be going through a lot, right? And all you think is you want them to see your SOP. Do you get the point? So reach out to them, call them. Boss man, how far? I won't just greet you. This don't have anything ulterior motive, because me as I am like this, if anybody sends me a text, honey, how far? I won't just greet you. I'm waiting for the next. I want you to review my SOP. That is my default experience. If I ever see somebody just text me, I just want to greet you, and I wait for 20 minutes, nothing after, I actually say, I'll just write serious. Is this serious? Because that is how it is. So when everybody's default setting is to get you to review something, you become so overwhelmed that you don't just care about them much on a human level in that sense. So what I'm saying is also relate to those that are trying to help you on a basis of they are also human beings like you. If the person is older than you, talk to the person like an elder brother or elder sister. Those things help to foster communication. There are things that you will get done better in an unofficial setting than an official setting. If you relate to me officially, it's official. That's it. You understand? But if Alpha, boss man, Alpha, you did now that experiment where you talk say you be no work, you don't work, and things like that. That experiment you don't work, you then you talk about those things. You understand? In fact, you not even have to be the one to point out your own stuff. That is when conversations will now lead. So what of that SOP where you've been talk say you want to submit? You don't really submit them. That is how communication really works. If communication is just basically you are a mentor to me and I'm referring to you so that you can help me do this, people get tired quickly. Trust me, they are human beings also. So also try to appeal to that human side of them. That is if they are good mentors. But if they are the useless people that just want mentor to be a title, forget nothing I want to do will help you. Just do for someone else. Full stop. But that's what I'll just point out.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scholar Neil. Thank you for everybody that has been able to, clear their schedule to be part of today's meeting. And I'm sure that we've been able to answer all questions that has been raised. Yeah, although they said we can send the link also to the Facebook for the South Korea for where the professors do post their vacancy. Okay, just anyone that has an idea of if there's a link the professors from South Korea post their vacancy. So maybe Scholar Damola knows about that. Yeah, if there's any link of such, I think it will be posted to the group page. So, and that's why it's very important that you follow us across all social media handles so that you can get a lot of information. I think people post a lot of scholarship opportunities often as they see them. So if you've not done that, please kindly do that so that you can get first-hand information. And this is, we are in a jet age and where we have all the information we might be looking for at the tip of our fingers, right? We can always go online to check anything. AI can be one of your good bodies as well. You can always ask questions about, do you know any link towards this? So link should not be a problem these days. Sometimes I just see it as maybe you are just trying to not take full responsibility for that thing. Maybe you are hoping that, I can always say this person was the reason why I didn't apply. Because I remember one time that I sent a link to someone. The person said, it needs my guidance on applying, and I never had time. And later I asked, have you applied? What's up? And he said the link has expired, and he never applied because not knowing the person was even fighting me. I mean, I didn't even know. So I just called to ask, so what's up? The link I sent you, did you apply? When I heard they've started giving, he said, did he apply? So that was why he told me he was waiting for me to guide him. So it is everything we really want are online now. So please let us take full advantage of our online resources. Let's check out people's profile and everything. So, and Scholar, I think Chris, right, that spoke about Christopher. So if you just need to probably chat up other scholars as well, or if because as Kolani has said, everybody's might be very, very busy. The person you are thinking like maybe he's not responding to your chat, is currently overwhelmed with probably his or her research, you understand? So please and please, don't take it to heart. It's part of the process. There are people you reach out to, they will never respond. There are people that you reach out to once, they are always willing to. So availability is the key. Yeah, you understand. So some people are just available at that point, and some people are not available at a certain point. You understand. So, please and please, let's endeavor to follow us across our social media handles I've mentioned. So I'm going to hand over to Scholar Tofumi to do the closing up of this meeting. Yeah. Scholar Tofumi, you have the floor, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and to our speakers too, we say thank you. God bless you. I don't know, maybe you attended to this question. The person is asking that, could you please advise us on the next step for students who already have admission, full fund, I-20? Did you answer that, sir?
We answered all the questions on the chat box, actually.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
All
we
right, so
did.
thank you so much. All right, thank you. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I just have some couple announcements based on the questions that were being raised. For the person asking about South Korea, we have okay, that will be the beginning. Please always go to our YouTube page. Some of the questions you're asking, we've held seminars on them in the past time. So please go to our YouTube page on OAU Graduate Scholars Forum. We'll have shared the link now, but please, you can just search for it on your YouTube. Please, okay, I shared the link on the WhatsApp page. Just go to there, you can subscribe to it. We don't post videos regularly, so I won't say anytime our content comes up. There's nothing like that. But there are resources there, not quite much, but these are hours of dedication by people far back as 4 years, 5 years ago. Please go there, check for it, and then listen to it. So we have a video done on South Korea at the time. So please study in South Korea, you can check for them. Then this seminar that we did today is just to address the current the ongoing issue with US. We've had other videos that have addressed other countries like Europe, even Korea, even India. So go to our YouTube. There are not over 5,000 videos there. So the videos there are not even up to 20. So you can easily see these videos, and please burn your data if you have a dream for it. So please go to the YouTube page, check for those videos there and listen to them. Then if you're asking about South Korea application, I posted a WhatsApp link. Who's that? I posted a WhatsApp link for people who want to apply to South Korea. And the reason was that we got resource persons for you, but I don't think anybody joined that group or messaged the number. Although maybe, let me not say, maybe some people messaged and the person responded to them. But I will reshare the link again. I will share the post again on the WhatsApp group so that if you are interested in applying to South Korea, you can reach out to the number. They can help you. They will guide you on how to go about it, both for GKS and for the professorship scholarship, because those are the two major ways that you can get to have funding, or you self-fund yourself. So we also have if you are a OAU, are you an OAU alumni? The person that is who is Xiaomi now? Now you are giving me work now. I don't know, maybe I'm even pronouncing it very well. I'm pronouncing Chinese. Is it Xiaomi now? I don't know who is Xiaomi now. I don't even know how to now get your name. If you come to later, message me. So sorry, I got distracted by that. So for the South Korea application, we have website that you can apply to actually. So I'll often share the links. I will share them again when I am able to. I won't say now, okay, so that you not start saying, Mama, don't mommy actually. My name is Deborah for me. And you haven't shared the link. Okay, so I'll share them when I'm able to. The other aspect of my announcement today is please, we encourage you guys. We know that some of you have gained admission to schools. You are currently in your, maybe some of them are not even here, some of them are here. You are currently in your dreamland, and you have enjoyed mentorship, but you did not signify, you didn't notify us, maybe because we are so busy, we didn't ask you. So please, we are encouraging you to signify your interests. You understand? We want to celebrate you. Okay, you might not want us to make it public, but it's not a matter. But you know, it's good when you are doing stuff for you to measure your progress, right? And evaluate your activities. So please, this forum is not just there for their sake. Actually, we are producing results. There are people that are gaining admissions. Maybe you are thinking because the group is not active. The group is not active because sometimes, or the most times, people are busy. But people who really wanted the whole thing, they go out to seek the people like Scolania. They go out to seek them and disturb them a lot. And then one thing OAUGSF is doing is that they would help you to the end, even to your visa. And one more thing is, when you even want to enter the country, they are there to welcome you. Imagine, instead of you coming in to a country and then you are just trying to navigate your way around the country, you already have people that are ready to welcome you with an open arm, helping you to settle down properly when you arrive at your destination. So please reach out to us if you are. I will share the form again that I shared the other time for that purpose. That form is in a double form, in a double format. We have it first for evaluation. We are asking for your evaluation. Yeah, we want to hear your input. We want to hear your opinion about our activities so far. So please fill our form. I'll share the form again on the page. Please fill, is a questionnaire. Please fill it. It will also ask you if you've gained admission or getting scholarship and how OAUGSF has been able to help you. So please also fill the form for us. We want to have your input, we want to have your feedback on those stuffs and those aspects. I hope I'm not missing out on any more information. So that is the major thing I came to do. But just know that people are applying, people are getting, you are the one that is looking at USO. The reason why this thing was done is that it just said, let us pity people that are still say Orikoko, sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba on Yoruba. It's they're saying it's US. I'm not saying US is not good, but there are a lot of opportunities in Europe, in Asia. Yes. The only shop, please. Don't let the US people come for my head. It's heaven. Yeah. So go to anywhere that God asks you to go. Then, and if it is Nigeria, please. The reason why we do all this is so that we can have a better country. You see, all these things they are telling you, they are a proverbial, how will I put it? They are proverbial, whatever. I don't know the translation from Yoruba language. Indication that your country is still the best haven. So please, back home, let's make Nigeria a better place. And when you travel abroad, have it in mind that you're also going to give back home. So that's what majority of us are doing. We are giving back home. So I think that is it for my end. I think there is no more announcement. Or anybody has any announcement, any last word from our speakers before we round up? Or we hand over to the moderator. Any last word from any of our speakers? I think don't have any, right? So
No, I don't have any. Make them just
right.
do all right. They go do all right.
Yeah, we'll be all right. It is well. We'll be all right last. So thank you so much for coming to join us today. Please follow us on our LinkedIn page. And then share the information. Some of you are out of your set. You are the only one here. Okay. We'll share with the WhatsApp link. Before you go and pack UI and Unilag people to the page, that way people could not even now fill the page. Fine. The major concern is OAU. The major focus is OAU graduates, but you also have other people listening to us. You can't say that if this formation must not get to the hearing of other schools, right? But if you need, the mentorship is for majorly OAU graduates. But we want you to invite more of your friends. Let them come so that we can now open another mentorship form. But before we do that, fill our evaluation form. When you fill it, then we know how best to serve the incoming mentees. So unless you do that, we will not be able to open the mentorship form. So let us have more responses from us, please. Please fill the form. And if you need any help, regarding your application now, please reach out. Be willing to help. And if you want to also join the admit team, maybe you are well versed with this application abroad and career abroad, please also reach out to us. We are always welcome. So I think that is it from my end, and then we can call it a day or a night. So we thank God who has brought us this far. We appreciate Him for guiding us through this time. Please, whatsoever dream you have, so far is a good dream, is valid. And so far God is backing you up, it's valid. Yeah, don't give up. Till we win, don't give up. That is our motto, okay? Don't give up. God always on your side and always asking for guidance. Always. It's guiding. So we bless God, like I said earlier, and we call it a time. I don't want to say a night because some people are in the mornings, some people are in the nights, and people are in the afternoon. So we call it a awesome time. God bless you. And we look forward to seeing you on our next seminar. We have more coming. Yeah. So stay tuned and keep praying for us too. Pray for your admins. I didn't say that, but pray for, we need prayers, so that we can better do things we should do for you guys. God bless you. And we can't wait for you to join us too. Please do what you should do so you can join us. God bless you. All right. So bye. Have a wonderful time. God bless you.